Welcome to U.S. Immigration TV. Well, I have some troubling and disturbing news, especially for members of the military. According to a recent memorandum issued by the Acting Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, even active duty members of the military could be subject to deportation. Now, the memo is entitled, and I quote, "Consideration of U.S. Military Service During Civil Immigration Enforcement Actions." And it instructs all ICE employees, and I quote, "U.S. military service alone does not automatically exempt aliens from the consequences of violating U.S. immigration laws. Even active duty members of the military can be deported," which is, I find, shocking. I mean, the memo notes that ICE will, quote, "generally not issue a notice to appear or NTA against an alien who is currently serving on active duty in the U.S. military, absent significant aggravating factors." But the memo still confirms that ICE personnel are not prohibited from placing an active duty alien into immigration proceedings. So this memo further instructs that an honorable discharge does not necessarily prevent an alien with U.S. military service from being subject to immigration enforcement actions. I mean, think about that. To get an honorable discharge means you're honorable. You didn't commit any type of crime. I mean, I could see hypothetically if you had an active duty member of the military committing some kind of violent crime, that could be okay, and they of course would not get an honorable discharge. But I want to be clear about deporting active members of the military. There are provisions in immigration law that do enable a person who is not a lawful permanent resident to acquire what I call instant U.S. citizenship through military service if they have served what's called during periods of armed conflict, which includes the war on terror, which effectively has been going on from 9/11 until the present time. So a lot of people serving in the military are eligible for U.S. citizenship. I want to be clear about that. But there are cases where a person may not have qualified for U.S. citizenship through military service because they may not have been what's called physically present in the U.S. at the time of enlistment. I mean, that was one of the factors, enlist in the U.S. So these members of the military could be subject to deportation or removal, even if on active duty. So the point of this article is that so many people who didn't even serve in the military are traumatized over Trump and his enforcement priorities, hoping that they can escape removal because maybe they have some sympathetic case or situation that may warrant mercy or compassion, such as, "Oh my gosh, I'm so old, I'm sickly, I am a parent of a U.S. citizen, or I'm contributing to the U.S., or I've been living in the U.S. for so long, and I'm just looking for a way to legalize my status. Surely ICE will have mercy on me and my situation." However, if ICE will go after active duty members of the military for deportation, and even those who are honorably discharged, meaning they may not have had any aggravating factors or crimes, then it's going to be difficult for you who are not a member of the military to make a compelling argument that you should not be put in deportation. After all, these active duty members of the military, they are patriotic aliens. They're putting their lives on the line to protect our freedoms, and yet their future in America is at risk. Now, in the past, people had the attitude that they would handle their immigration matters on their own in order, of course, to save money, and they would go to an attorney only, let's say, if their case was denied. Well, that may now be a thing of the past. This is because Trump may deny your case. I'm not saying Trump, the USCIS, of course, may deny your case if a document is missing, or if a form is not filled out properly, or you checked the wrong box. In that case, your petition or application could be denied. Now, the new policy, or return to Trump's old policy, is if your case is denied, you could be put into deportation proceedings immediately. They would issue the NTA, because their logic is by reason of the denial, you're now tago ng tago, or out of status. So that's why it's so important to seek the advice of an attorney who could handle your case from the beginning, determine your eligibility, help you prepare and package your forms, and gather the appropriate evidence. After all, if an active duty member of the military who was honorably discharged could be subject to deportation, so could you. I hope you have found this video informative, and I will continue posting these videos to keep you informed, to warn you, and so that you know what the mood of immigration is. It is getting tough, but hang in there, because there's always pag-asa. If you like this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Michael Gurfinkel, and thank you for watching U.S. Immigration TV.